Hello, it's just Gary here again, uh, uploading a longer video this time. Going to show some actual gameplay so we can have a little more variety in what we're talking about. Going to give a little thought process into shots. First shot here, short par 4, risk reward choice off the tee. Driver or a shorter club. I played the shorter club because the reward of the driver being 20 yards shorter wasn't going to make much of a difference, so I was still going to have a short iron in there, a wedge in this case. Here, your pitch shots tend to roll out, so I didn't want to land right on the flag and have it roll way past. I wanted to land shorter. I did take a little loft so it would roll a little bit, otherwise it would have checked up and stopped. Ended up with a good shot. Easy putt here, nothing big, just short enough to just make a quick adjustment and pop it in. Next shot is a long par 3. Thing with long par 3s is you're going to be going in with a long club, so you're going to have to count where the ball's going to land, but also where it's going to roll. Long clubs obviously are going to roll a lot more than short clubs. It's also going to depend on the green and your elevation. I backed off here a little bit. If the green's soft, you're probably going to want to land closer to the flag. Green's hard, you can land further back and it's going to roll up. You have to, otherwise you're just going to roll off the back.
This is a 4-iron.
4-iron, long iron's going to roll a lot. Obviously a wood also. Hit another good shot here. Downhill putts tend to break more, so you want to add a little extra break. I did, breaking right, it's breaking pretty good. Good 6-8 inch break. Rolled it in. Actually played pretty good in this clip. Just started playing with master clubs again, and got in a little groove here, so it was a good time to record. That worked out well. Wide open fairway here, so just take your driver and pound it out there as far as you can. Just always take a look, even if it looks wide open, because you might see something in the landing area. Now here I'm taking a look at my stance. I'm on a side hill, so that's going to make the ball go to the left, so immediately I move it to the right because I know that. Then I'm taking a look at the green. It's 1 foot up, so that's not going to do anything. I'm slightly uphill when I'm hitting it. That might take a yard off because it's not much. I pushed it a little bit, so obviously when you push it, lines off to the right, it goes off to the right. Master clubs even more so than pro clubs. Got a downhill putt here. If I remember correctly, these greens were not slow, but I don't think they were very fast and firm either. I think they were kind of a medium fast here. So got mostly breaking to the left. Aimed to the left, made a long putt, made a good stroke on my putt. It was inside the line, so that meant it was going to go mostly where I was aiming at. Next hole here, another shortish par 4. Find my landing zone. It's wide open, so I'm just going to rip the driver. Don't have to look at too much right there when it's wide open. I did hit it slow. It looks like very slow. That'll happen sometimes with just the occasional crazy very fast or very slow. In the sand, obviously you're going to look at the percentages, how far your ball's going to go. You can, I can do the math pretty quick in my head, but you can also play it by feel. I always just go right in the middle and say about 84%. You're going to get a lot of spin out of the sand, so your ball's not going to roll as much as if you hit it from the rough. We didn't have a lot of wind, so didn't have to worry about that. In this case, we're hitting a pitch shot. Pitch shots always roll, especially once you get out of the wedge range. Another pretty easy putt here. But pitch shots are always going to roll, and especially if you're looking at a 9-iron, 8-iron, you got to count on a lot of roll on those. If you're hitting a wedge, less so, obviously, just like any other club, more loft, less loft. Here, we got a little bit of a constriction in the fairway, but for the most part it's wide open, so once again, just hit the driver. Another decent drive. Pushed it a little bit, but I do that a lot, so I actually tend to aim a little to the left. So I've got 12 feet of hill here. This is definitely going to affect the distance that my club is going to go. Even though it shows right there, it's actually going to land shorter than that circle because it's 12 feet uphill. So I take a little loft off so I can add a few yards to it. It's not a huge uphill, but it's enough. Something didn't feel right there, so I did the tiger stop. Pushed it a little bit again, but distance-wise was good. I didn't go slow or fast, so even with the push, it's a pretty short putt. Again, we're looking at flat, so we don't have to worry too much about that. Downhill putts, like I said, break more. Flat putts don't, so just gotta feel the putts.
10 under is the score for the day. And he's also tied for 10th on the leaderboard. And moving along, now on the 12th hole.
And it looks like another open fairway, so I'm probably gonna, rip the driver. Not enough wind to worry about adjusting for that. I went slow here, paid the price. Oh, got a lucky kick. That's good. In the first cut of rough doesn't make a huge, 5%, 10%. This is a long par 5, so I probably wasn't going to make it to the green anyway. Although I could take the driver off the deck. Sometimes I will do that if I'm feeling it. Here I just went with the 3-wood. And one good thing when you're coming out of even a little bit of rough, you're going to get a little bit more roll. So I'm pretty happy with that on a par 5. Almost to the green on a par 5. We're looking here very close. So we've got a flop shot. Flop shot's good in this position. Flop shots also tend to roll out a little more than you would think, but again, with a lob wedge, it's not going to roll out too much unless you hit on it downhill. The left and right won't affect it so much unless it's really extreme. So I hit that one a little fast, so it went a little long and rolled out. I feel if I didn't hit that fast, it probably would have been just that much short on the other side, so either way, you're fine. So another easy birdie putt here, nice and short. Not too much stress. I pushed that one a little bit, but it still fell in. A par 3 here. It's downhill 15 feet. Again, negligible wind, so we're not worrying about that. We're shooting a pretty long iron, a 5 iron, so it's gonna roll out. So where it is looks pretty good. If it lands right in the middle of that, it's going to roll very close to the green. Little push. It went a little long too, but it's an acceptable miss right there. Now we got a downhill putt, so we're going to put a little extra break into this. Got to be a little tender with it, Leave the putter cover on so you don't crush it. Break. Hit it a little too fast, and I obviously pushed it if you saw the line there. So you're definitely going to pay the price when you hit a bad putt. Pretty easy. When you're going back uphill, you can take some of the break out, hit it a little bit harder. When you hit it harder, it's not going to break as much. So that's why uphill putts are always easier to make when coming back. If you notice, you make a lot more putts after you've missed a putt. Even if you miss it long, it's because you're usually going uphill, and it's already broken towards what's called the fall line, so you're hitting straighter back up the hill than when you were hitting downhill. Okay, so I put this one in the fairway. I've got another short wedge. Wedges are always going to check up. Got no wind behind me. I believe it was a little downhill, so where it was lined up was very, very good. So we pulled the trigger on that. Pulled it just slightly, so left of the pin. Gonna be very happy with that shot most of the time. A lot of braking fast, but it's uphill. Take a little bit of that brake off. Pop it in. Pretty happy with how that one turned out. So this video was just to give an idea of the thought processes we're going through when we're hitting shots, the things to look at and to think about. Any questions, comments, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, keep getting lower scores and Have a good one.
From 140 yards out.